What's up, Foxtrotters, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, hello. It's so nice to see you all again. You guys look great. Okay, so today is the day of the Rodan+Fields video. Now, I put a lot of work into this one, and I'm still not satisfied, so I decided this is going to be part one, essentially. It still should be a pretty well-rounded video, but there's just so much involved here that I feel like it deserves a second part. Anyway, it should still be pretty good, pretty interesting. I just found some really interesting information, and I just can't wait to talk about it with you all today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So I want to start this whole thing out with a disclaimer because it just seems like a smart idea to cover my proverbial internet backside, if you will. I will acknowledge that some Rodan+Fields products have a dedicated following, and it would appear that there is some evidence that the products do work. If you purchase any Rodan+Fields products and you really like them, that's fine. You are an adult and you can spend your money however you like. That being said, because there are so many products, reviews, opinions, data, whatever, and I have only so many hours in a day, I am going to only focus on this video here on LashBoost. One, because it's relevant to me personally, and two, there appears to be an overwhelming amount of dialogue, both good and bad, on the topic. I would really recommend that anyone who is currently buying this product just give me a quick chance to present some information. Again, as an adult, I am not going to tell you what to do. If you love this stuff, okay, fine. I love stuff that you would probably think is dumb to buy too, like my nail polish collection. So please take this video with a grain of salt, a grain of sand, whatever kind of grain you like, take it with that. I'm just a regular human idiot with thoughts and feelings, and I like to blab about it. I'd also like to say, not that there has been any of this that has happened yet that I've noticed or witnessed on my channel, but I would like our little den to remain a safe place to talk. Communication is awesome, and we do not live in a world where things have to be all one way or another. We can have different opinions on stuff and still get along and be civil. When I was younger, I was much more divisive, and I just don't want to be that way anymore. It takes too much work. We do not have to agree on everything, and we won't. That's cool. Live your lives, my dudes. No one else is going to do that for you. Maybe you think MLMs are good. I do not. Look at that. We can still exist at the same time. No one spontaneously combusted, so I think we're good. All right, disclaimer done. Let's go ahead and just get into it. So the way I've been starting these kind of investigative stories has been really, it's a simple start. But what I do every time, I go to Google and I type in just the name. I don't type in Rodan+Fields sucks, Rodan+Fields is great, Rodan+Fields nothing. I just type in Rodan+Fields, and the very first thing that pops up is this page here, which has, as you can see, a lot of articles that ultimately are positive. They're overwhelmingly positive. The Allure article that you can see there that's in purple, that's one of the ones I will be discussing that is not super pro Rodan+Fields, so I will be talking about that later. But I did click on a couple of these, and one of the articles I clicked on, it said stop and read. Here we go. This is it. The scam that is Rodan+Fields. And I'm not going to get into the entire page on here, but essentially it's just this woman pretending that she's writing an article, like she's being very investigative, you know, like, oh, I did my best to figure out if it was a scam or not, and I can tell you it's not. And it's all based on her personal experience of how it's not a scam, how great it really is, you know, the community of women she's helped. I mean, you could read the article. I'm not going to in this one just because I'm just not going to. I don't really have a good reason why not to. But you could definitely go check this out if you want to and read this article. It was published in 2017, so it's not like the most timely article, but it's still pretty relevant in the sense that when you search these things, it always comes up with stuff that appears to be like it's trying to be skeptical and cynical of it, but in the end, it's just, you know, this gal's obviously for Rodan+Fields. She's not skeptical of anything. And she also posted in her article this graph here, which shows apparently what an illegal pyramid scheme is and what a legal pyramid scheme is. So that's great that they have to define it for us. So we have on the left the illegal pyramid scheme. Okay, so we have the first level referrals, second level, third level, key components, value flows up to the higher levels. There is no actual product. You are paying and being paid to refer others into the business. Okay, and then the legal pyramid, which I guess is what Rodan+Fields is, value flows downwards. No, it doesn't. Everyone gets something of value out of the business. There is a product. Yep. And it's very expensive. The price of the product is fair for the price charged. See, that's what we're going to get into more. Okay. That's what I keep hearing from people is they say, oh, it's very expensive, but it works. And okay. All right. Fair enough. But I don't know. Here's this graph. You can look at it. You can think about it. Keep it in your mind. Illegal versus legal, whatever. I mean, a legal pyramid scheme is a multi-level marketing scheme. That's all it is. Okay, so we're going to move on from that now that we know that this gal does not think that it's an illegal pyramid scheme and that it's great, all right? So there's some input there. Okay, so there's this wonderful website, and it's called The Pissed Consumer. I don't even know if I can say that word. Does that count as cussing? Whatever. And on this website, it has products, every kind of product you can imagine that you could imagine would have a review. And, well, you could probably see right there, just let's look at the rating details. Okay, 2 out of 5 stars for price affordability, 2 out of 5 stars for value for money, 2 out of 5 stars for product or service. I can't even see what the word is behind ask a question. Cons, terrible customer service, integrity of the company and their non-existent customer service, shady business tactics. Pros, redefine regimen, product, reverse regimen. Yeah, see that it. Oh, this is what I'm getting. This is what this whole thing has been so far. It's been a very up and down. It's very much like a terrible company, terrible customer service, but then people rave about the products. People say the products are fabulous, but then you look at stuff like this and you see these numbers, right? I'm not quite sure. $44.1 thousand of claimed losses. Like, I don't necessarily know what that means, I suppose. So that's my bad for not doing that further research. I think it's more than anything, I just wanted to highlight the fact that this is what the reviews are like. It's like, awful, 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 terrible, terrible, terrible. And then it launches over to great skincare, redefine regimen, the blah, blah, blah regimen. And it's just, I don't know. The whole thing kind of goes this way. You'll see as we go on here. Okay, first of all, there is a fly that got in and it is buzzing around the kitchen here where I'm sitting. I can't see him, but I can hear him, and it is really irritating, like way more irritating than it should be. God, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is the Allure article that I read that I really enjoyed, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I do have a small portion I am going to read, and it includes some highlighted portions that I think are the most important to take away from this. So let's go ahead and read this article. It's very good, by Lauren Lipton. I definitely recommend reading it. I will attach these. I will try my best to remember to attach these into the description bar. If I do not make it into the description bar right after this video, I will at some point in the near future. Just please let me know if I forget. Okay. The truth behind Rodan+Fields and its takeover of your Facebook feed. She's the friendliest neighbor on the block, the chicest mom at school, the spin class regular with the glowing skin. The Rodan+Fields consultant has something she wants to sell you, and it's not just a face cream. And you will see this article is from 2015, but you know what? It's still pretty relevant because things like this only gain speed. And so if Rodan+Fields was already going this direction, it only has gotten worse. So let's go ahead and read. So this is from actually the second half of the article, but I think it really aligns with a lot of things that I feel like we've all been saying. There's no question that consultants are motivated to sign up new recruits. In the multi-level marketing business model, a salesperson makes a commission from every product she sells. But if she gets a friend to sign on as a salesperson, she also makes a commission from every product her friend sells. And if friend number 2 gets one of her friends to sign on, she and friend number 1 both get commissions from every product friend number 3 sells, and so on, up to 6 recruits out in a Rodan+Fields case. The more consultants you pull in, the more you make. So it's not surprising that the most successful Rodan+Fields reps mainly focus on recruiting. Cannon says when she introduces Rodan+Fields to new people, I always lead with the business, not with the products. Cardella, who has thousands of people on her team, says 95% of her income comes from commissions on sales and only about 5% from her own. Multi-level marketing has been around for decades. Avon and Mary Kay use it, and so do outfits like Amway and Herbalife. But financial experts warn that multi-level marketing can disguise a pyramid scheme, which, among other things, can require that prospective salespeople buy a lot of products in advance. If he or she isn't able to sell the stuff, the company doesn't care. It has already made its money. Experts say if a company makes most of its revenue from selling merchandise to its own representatives, and or if it promises its salespeople huge profits or unlimited growth, those are all pyramid scheme warning signs. Rodan+Fields doesn't do any of these things. The company says 65% of its profits come from sales of its products directly to customers who aren't also consultants. Its website clearly states that high earners like Cardella are the exception and that the vast majority of its consultants might make a few $1,000s a year. It posts its compensation plan for anyone to see, and its executives constantly tell prospective consultants that it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. In fact, only 400 consultants out of that 100,000 have reached the Lexus driving level of success. Still, if the success of top salespeople like Cardella, Spears, and Cannon depends mainly on recruiting hundreds of other salespeople, there are inherent sustainability issues in play. Think about it. If the recruiting continues indefinitely, so many women will eventually become Rodan+Fields consultants that there will be fewer and fewer women left to be Rodan+Fields customers. The consultants who got in last would have virtually no one to recruit or to sell to. They'd end up losing at least the money they paid to get into the business. It costs a minimum of $45 to buy the DVD and instructions to start distributing Rodan+Fields, but the most new recruits opt for the $695 Big Business Launch Kit, wow, which includes samples and worksheets. Meanwhile, the consultants who got in earlier recruited the most people and ended up on top will have made tons of money before the business plateaus. But it's easy for even the biggest skeptic to get swept away in wealth-building fantasies, especially when bathed in the dazzling charisma of Katie Rodan and Kathy Fields. Indeed, the doctors as well as their most successful saleswomen are so kind and supportive that even consultants who don't do that well remain loyal. A West Coast consultant who didn't want to be identified signed on with Rodan+Fields several years ago after she was laid off from her job in finance. After 3 years, she decided she couldn't advance any further because most of the women she tried to get to join her team turned her down. Everyone was jumping on the products, but nobody wanted to talk about the business anymore, she says. Oh, okay, wow. That was incredibly interesting. And also, like I said, Rodan+Fields is doing some things that make them a little different, okay? The difference is people actually like their products, which is weird. And it is not that the products are bad. That's we'll get to that later. But you know, it's the two doctors, Katie and Kathy. I'm going to have to do probably a whole video dedicated just to them in particular as the part 2, because they are a huge part of this. And unfortunately, we know very little about them other than what I just read. The dazzling charisma of them, right? So, like I was saying, it's interesting to note that Rodan+Fields does a lot of things different, okay? Like, like the pyramid scheme warning signs, they don't exist in the same way within the Rodan+Fields company structure. That's the strange part. They found kind of some sort of loophole, some structural loophole where they can actually shape their company differently. And that's really strange. It's very, it makes you go, it's kind of one of those things, because it seems on the surface level like everything is fine, but really, when you look at it just a little closer, the things start to fall apart at the seams. And it's so true, the oversaturation. So maybe they don't do certain things like other pyramid schemes do, but there is still the problem that if everybody's a consultant, then everyone's a consultant. And who the heck are you going to sell to then? It's just kind of one of those compounding, exponentially growing problems, right? I mean, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And this article outlines that very well. And the article is much longer than this. I would definitely recommend reading the whole thing and getting the full intake of what she wrote, because I certainly did not do it justice. So check that out, and we're going to move on to the next bit. Okay, and up next, oh my God, that fly is just really, I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to ignore the fly. I'm not going to let this fly ruin my day. It's a fly. I'm a human. Okay. Okay, so this next article is another one that is discussing lawsuits that Rodan+Fields is being hit with that I didn't even know existed. And it's all over that dang eyelash enhancer, that lash boost. Oh my God, this lash boost. I never thought that I would care so much about lash boost, but this just seems to be a huge topic for me in the past few days. I don't totally understand. Okay, so let's go ahead and read a little bit of it. Skincare product company Rodan+Fields faces a federal class action lawsuit accusing it of violating state consumer protection laws and engaging in fraudulent and unfair marketing of its Lash Boost eye serum. Rodan+Fields says its $150, okay, I thought it was $70, $150 Lash Boost gives users the appearance of lush, longer-looking lashes. But the suit claims the multi-level marketing company failed to disclose the side effects of a key ingredient in Lash Boost. Okay, here we go. This is the big stuff. This is the juice, or the tea. Is that what the kids say? The tea? Yeah, this is the tea. The ingredient in question is a chemical called isopropyl chlorprostronate. Whatever, someone help me, which is the type of medication called a prostaglandin analog. This one is used to treat eye conditions such as glaucoma. Rodan+Fields omitted information to Lash Boost buyers about the side effects of prostaglandin analogs that are well known to eye doctors, according to the April 13th court filing in a U.S. District Court in Oakland, California. Consumers of Lash Boost have experienced, serious side effects, including changes in iris color, eyelid drooping, itchy eyes, eyelid discoloration, thinning, and loss of eyelashes, loss of eyelash hair, eye sensitivity, eye infections, and vision impairment, the filing says. Complaints about side effects from cosmetics on the rise. My friend is buying this stuff, you guys. Oh, this is so difficult. Okay, so that ingredient in there, the isopropyl prostaglandin, whatever. Okay, that stuff is illegal in Canada. They can't even sell it there. That is so weird that we have a product that can't be sold in the country that we share a very long freaking border with. And the fact that they know about this ingredient and not to use it, and we have it and we are using it in this form. And I really like eyes. I think our eyes are important. I like mine. I like that they see. I like that they look like eyes. I hate having itchy eyes. I'm prone to terrible allergies with my eyeballs. They're always affected by my allergies. And I just would never want to mess with something like this. That's just me personally. I guess I've never been insecure about my eyelash length or thickness, but I understand that some people might. But if you are interested in that, I don't know, just think about this, okay? Just think about this, please. Just do yourself a favor and yeah, just do yourself a favor. Okay, here's the part that I promised, the part where I show that I am an unbiased journalist here to investigate the story. But there's a catch, and that is that I am very biased and I am not a journalist. So take that as you will, okay? But here are some reviews coming up, and they are mixed reviews. Some people say good things. Some people, most of them, say bad things, but okay. Here we go. I've had amazing lashes my whole life. People constantly ask if they are fake. At 51, they're getting a bit thinner, but still go above my brows. Lucky. I tried Lash Boost in hopes of thickening my lashes. They are falling out like crazy. Clumps gone. I have never ever had this happen in my entire life, so this isn't a normal shedding cycle. My son is getting married in 6 months, so hopefully they grow back by then. Ugh, I hope they do too. Ooh. That'd be so terrible to go your entire life, 51 years of your life, you know, having beautiful lashes, and then you try to combat the effects of aging one time with a product that everyone says is great, and boom, all your eyelashes gone. It sucks so bad. I am a first-time customer to Rodan+FieldsLashBoost. I tried the lash extensions and had an allergic reaction to the glue, and every single eyelash fell out. Well, yeah, in that case, definitely don't get lash extensions. They are not for you. I bought this product doubting it would help me, and 2 months later, I have people asking me if I am wearing false eyelashes. I would recommend to anyone and everyone. Very pleased. Pricey, but it does work. Ugh. I suggest you keep reading here. Many had the same experience you did in the first 2 to 4 months. Now lashes are falling out in clumps with bare spots on eyelids. Keep reading and see if you feel as confident tonight applying Lash Boost as you did nights previous. Oh, God. I've been using the Lash Boost for almost 2 months. Woke up with a sty this morning. After some research, this seems fairly common. I am not pleased. Between the cost and now the pain and unpleasantness of a sty that is commonplace from this product needs to be pulled, and it just isn't worth it from what I've seen, if any results. Okay, so that goes back to that product that's in it. Okay, I'm gonna try to read it one more time. I'm so sorry. Isopropyl cloprostenate. Isopropyl cloprostenate. Yeah? Okay, close enough. That's the item that's in there that's bugging everybody's eyes. It seems like most people are actually sensitive to that ingredient. So I'm glad that one gal is having a great time and loving her eyelashes. But I'm thinking also for the part 2, besides talking about the Rodan+Fields famous charismatic doctors themselves, I also want to possibly talk about the long-term effects of Lash Boost, find a couple studies based around that, and I think it'd be cool to talk about. So, okay, so there's that. We've had some good reviews, mostly bad reviews. I'm not terribly surprised. And we're going to move on to the next item, which is going to be some really cool and super exciting graphs. Get ready. So the first compensation chart we have, or income disclosure statement, is actually from 2017, and this is a visual representation. Don't worry about the little words at the very top, that box up there. I have another clip coming up that's going to say something similar, so don't worry about that. We're just going to look at the actual pretty pastel picture that's right here before us. Okay, so if you look, oh my God. Okay. 44% of people did not receive any compensation from Rodan+Fields. Okay. And then you got the next largest percentage is 27.9% in the pink color. And it says 111,000 consultants earned less than $654 annually. Oh my God. Okay, 22.3%, 88,000, just about 89,000 consultants earned more than 654 annually. Okay, so just under 100,000 made over that, over 100,000 made under that. Okay, 5.02%, 20,000 consultants earned more than $5,272 annually. You guys, $5,272 annually is still not enough money. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. 0.55%. 0.55%. Oh my God. 2,222 consultants as of 2017 earned more than $30,000 annually. That's like below, what's the poverty level? Is it like 28 to 30 something or below 30? Regardless, that is so little. You cannot support a family on that. And you can hardly call that supplemental income. I mean, that's not good. It's not good at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the next picture I have, a clip, I guess. It's actually from a website called the Rodan+Fields blog, which is very interesting, actually. I definitely recommend checking that out. It's kind of like X-Files, but for businesses. You know, it's kind of like it goes through it has everything in there, and it has kind of all the lawsuits. It has all of the income disclosures of just about any business you could imagine that has a name for itself that people know about. And that's actually where I found this information. And this stuff is all public info, so you can find it on the Rodan+Fields website as well. You don't have to go through this angle. It's just kind of how the internet kind of pushed me through, and this is where I ended up. So you can see here they have the disclosure statements, and then they have the disclosure statement from 2018. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up over here, and definitely check out the Rodan+Fields if you guys want to. It's really interesting. It's a really cool website. Okay, so the 2018 income disclosure statement. All right, you guys, this you'll see in the highlighted portion. Those are the words that were essentially at the top of the last one. The numbers were just slightly different because it was based off the 2017 sales and all that stuff. So this is off the 28. Did I say 28? You know what I mean. That was 2017. This is 2018. Okay. Of the paid consultants in 2018, approximately top 1% were paid more than $29,000 annually. The top 10% were paid more than $4,900 annually. The top 50% were paid more than $598 annually. So most likely, if you were part of this company and you were involved in the sales, you were most likely in the percentage of people that made less than $5,000 a year. If you were lucky enough in the top 1%, you managed to sneak it in just inside of the poverty level. So that's great. I mean, $29,000 annually. It's really gross. Okay, this is where I have the issue. This is the conflict. Okay, the products are good. Fine. Okay, whatever. There's like this aside over here. The products are good. And then you look at the business model, the actual company structure, and it's awful. It's really awful. Yeah, this is really... I knew this video was going to kind of make me feel a certain way based on the fact that you guys already know I have a friend who has recently started purchasing Rodan+Fields items, specifically the Lash Boost. Ugh. So this is just feeling very relevant, and thankfully, thank the gods above, my friend is not interested in being a consultant. She is a nurse, and she is way too busy to be messing with that stuff. You know what I mean? So, oh man, okay. This is just really depressing. Let's go ahead and read the earnings statement below. We're gonna go ahead and just pound the nail home. The income statistics shown below include retail profit and commissions earned by consultants under the Rodan+Fields compensation plan. In addition, okay, there is potential to earn bonuses and incentives in recognition of performance. Fine. Okay, that's going to be the part where I say, okay, fine. They go ahead and kind of like let you know ahead of time that they say right up front, most people don't make very much money, and they also say that there's a potential to earn bonuses and incentives. So it's like you might only be making $5,000 a year, but there's going to be all these bonuses and incentives that are going to really make it worth it, is at least what I'm gathering from that. Oh, wow, if I keep reading, I actually didn't highlight it, but now that I'm seeing it, I wish I had. So these statistics do not include expenses that may be incurred by consultants. As a consultant, you always earn retail profits on the sales you make. Okay. Whoa, okay, so these statistics do not include expenses that may be incurred by consultants. Okay, so they might be getting the bonuses and the incentives in recognition of performance, but the that doesn't cover what they have to pay out of pocket. Okay, so we don't even know what they're paying for out of pocket, what they're paying for in gas, what they're paying for in those big event tickets to go to the big meeting, you know, for their products. We're not even sure how much they're spending in order to make money later. I mean, this is just really troubling. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just very troubled by this all, and we're gonna go ahead and move on from this one. Moving on to the next clip. Okay, so I'm going to be 100% honest with you all. Not like I'm not always. Like, I hate when people say that, so forgive me. But honestly, I don't think that this video was really up to par with what I would have preferred it to be. I do think I'm going to do a part 2, maybe even a part 3. I just think that Rodan+Fields is a massive company and deserves a lot more attention than I'm able to give it right now. So I want to do this again and better, and et cetera, et cetera. But I really want to know what you guys have to say. I presented some information before you that shows like people like the products. They buy them. It works. Their eyelashes grow. But then I also presented articles showing ingredients that are questionable and reviews of people saying that they had bad experiences with the Lash Boost. I also talked a little bit about the structure of the company, and you've been able to see that now. So I want to know what you guys have to think. Let me know down below. Thank you for listening to the babble, and I have a little surprise. The next slide is something fun, so I hope you all enjoy it and get a laugh out of it. And we got Unique batting a home run for us today. I needed this after all of that boring, depressing babble about freaking Rodan+Fields. This is what I needed to see. Or just wipe off that sunburn makeup. Yeah, it's so funny. Unique is notorious for their ridiculous before and afters. I think I posted videos before where it's a girl who has her face like the saturation's been turned down or something, so much of the shadows have been turned up so that her freckles just look like a giant gray freckle. And then the next picture is like, ooh, foundation, so nice. Isn't it so nice? And I just want to know, does this girl really think she's fooling anybody? Does she think that we really believe that her face is that red? Or is she just trying to prove how well that stuff covers up all of that eyeshadow she smeared all over her face? I'm not sure. Either way, God, I love these Unique ads. They're so good. I really needed that laugh. I hope you got a laugh out of that. And for the obligatory cute animal photo today, we have Inky, courtesy of Dawn Smith. Thank you so much for sending this my way. Dawn is a trucker, and her co-pilot is Inky. He goes with her on all her adventures and keeps her company on her trips. I think that's just wonderful. If you're looking to get a new member of your family, a new love of your life, I definitely recommend to adopt and not shop. Check out your local shelters, your local humane society, donate if you can, volunteer if you can, and as always, don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. And if you would like to see a picture of your precious little pet here, then go ahead and send it to my email. It's in my channel description. Go ahead and send it. I might not get to all of them right away, but I will get to them, and look forward to seeing your babies here. All right, Foxtrotters, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked that video, please hit the like button down below. If you have any good comments or suggestions, leave that down below as well. If you are not already, please hit that subscribe button and become a Foxtrotter. Come join the den. Den Mother would love to have you. So I know that video was a little bit wordy, probably lengthy. I'm noticing the more I go on, the longer my videos get. I don't know if that's a good thing, but whoops, it's happening. So that was interesting to make. I definitely want to do a part 2 and possibly a part 3. So for now, I'm going to label this one Rodan+Fields part 1 because I just feel like I didn't get into it far enough. I feel like I just started scratching the surface, and I just want to get in there more. Just want to scratch my way in there and just you know, cause a ruckus. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, folks. And as always, until the next video, take care.